a person is always broke, they're the problem, period. And they can't be trusted and they're a friend to nobody, not even themselves. Being broke all the time means one thing: you're avoiding responsibility. You're lazy, you procrastinate, and you blame everyone else for why you're stuck. Let's keep it real. If you don't love yourself enough to hustle for your own future, how can you be a friend to me? How can you love anyone else when you don't even really love yourself? You're not broke because life is hard. You're broke because you're choosing to stay that way. Let's be real. Some of y'all aren't broke because you're overspending. You're broke because you refuse to work. You think hustling is beneath you. You look down on people working 2 or 3 side gigs while you sit around waiting for your dream job to fall into your lap. Let me tell you something. Dreams don't pay rent. Hustle does. If you're too good to flip burgers, but not too good to pay your rent or pay your bills, then we got a problem. Some of you think success is supposed to look glamorous from day one. You want to be the boss, but you don't want to start as the employee. You're out here chasing CEO energy when you haven't even mastered entry-level effort. Nobody owes you a shortcut. You want the title without earning the stripes. You can't manifest a 6-figure lifestyle on a 0-figure work ethic. Now let's talk about the blame game. My parents didn't teach me about money. Okay, but did you bother to learn? Did you read a book? Watch a video? The system is rigged against me. Sure, but did you try to work within it? Listen, it's not easy. It's easy to blame your parents, the government, your boss, but at some point you've got to stop making excuses and take accountability. No one's coming to save you. And Oprah ain't giving out any more checks, okay? Them days is over. You get a car, you get a car. No, you stay broke and you'll stay broke, all right? Let's call it what it is. Some of you guys are waiting for a handout. You look at people who've worked their asses off and think that they owe you something because you've had it rough. Guess what? Everyone's been through something. The difference is successful people didn't sit around waiting for a handout or waiting for someone to rescue them. They went out and did the work. And no, hitting up your best friend or successful friend for $100 every month is not a financial strategy. Listen, a lot of people get out here and they feel like, oh, I'm too good to work these different jobs, or I got to do this and I have to, or I have a man, or I have a girlfriend, or, you know, this job will come to me, this will come to me. Well, listen, you want to stay there? Stay in that space, well, then you're going to be broke. Don't ask me for money. Don't ask your friends for money, because here's the thing. There's plenty of opportunities for people to get up out there and get money, but they don't want to. But what's crazy is they want to watch other people around them hustle and get the money, and then they want to reserve themselves and say, hey, well, I don't want to put in this kind of work, but you've already put in this kind of work. Can I hold something? Can I borrow something? And for me, I don't really like to loan out money, because it's like, well, listen, you have to watch me get creative with my financing, so you better start getting creative with yours. I'm not over here getting creative for financing just so I can hand it out to you. If I have to get creative with how I'm making my money and getting paid and trying to hustle and having 2-3 side hustles, then you need to too. But a lot of people out here, they'll see you with a hustle, they'll see you with side hustles, and they feel like, well, I don't have to do that. I know you. You can help me out. No, get out there and hustle and grind. Or then you have those other people that are the government scammers, you know. They get that one lump sum during tax season, but then they're broke by the middle of March. But then they getting $80,000, $100,000, and you thinking, well, where did it go? Well, then they're at the Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada, you know, premium outlets, driving Ferraris and Corvettes all around town, taking everyone on shopping sprees like they just hit the lotto, but then have nothing to show for it. See, a lot of people are still broke because they don't listen. A lot of people are still broke because when they get money, they don't invest it back into themselves. A lot of people are still broke, not because, well, simply because they're stupid, honestly. And then you also have those people who really just don't want to work. They would much rather be on a fixed income. I know this one guy, one of my old friends, had a bunch of issues going on with his health, but because he was so lazy to go to work, he would be the type of person that would sit up there and literally stay sick because he was on a fixed income. And I'm thinking, you've got all these issues going on, but instead of going and actually getting the issue resolved, you would rather still have the complications, because if you had the issue resolved, then you'd have to go back to work. So some people don't even ever want to go to work. And so you can't feel bad for them. And those kind of people, you can't even befriend them. I had to even let that person go as a friend, because it was like, not only were you, physically literally broke, you had a broke mindset. This dude would literally sit at home and play video games all day. And I would try to teach him how to why don't you try to monetize that? No. But then you see he'll find a way to try to hustle, $800 pair of Versace frames or as $800 Virgil Bilal rug. But it's like you're scamming Chipotle, or you scamming Costco pizzas, or whenever it's time to go to happy hour, you can't ever go, round for round because you ain't got no money. So then it puts me at an advantage, because It was one point in time where I was driving all the way from my house to feed the nigga. I mean, I didn't have a problem with it, but at the same time, it's just like, come on. Maybe sometimes I might want you to take me out to dinner. And I don't mean on somebody else's credit card and you making a phone call and trying to get an authorization. No, that's too broke. But then you got on $800 frames. Your priorities are off up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not just broke because they do a lot of overspending. That's the obvious. We can all work in areas of the overspending. Even sometimes I even get to a point where I'm overspending. But listen, I'm not going to consistently ever be broke, because if it all start crumbling down, I know how to Uber, DoorDash. I'll go work at Walmart, CVS, McDonald's, Grubhub, anything before I sit around and be like, I ain't got no money. It's some people that sit around here and act like they ain't got no money, and I can't be friends with them. I can't be friends with people that just sit around here and act like they ain't got no money, because they can't never do nothing. You can't never put in on the drinks. You can't never go on vacation. You can't never buy outfits. You can't never buy me a birthday outfit. You can't never go to the birthday dinner. We always got to sit inside and sit at the studio or sit somewhere locally that is free. I don't want to always sit somewhere free. I don't want to always sit inside and not go to the bar because you ain't got no money. I don't always want to, dumb down my vacation because you done ran out of money the first day we got there. At some point, if you always broke, I can't be your friend, because I don't know about you, but for me, I'm not always gonna be broke. And if you always broke, I don't need that broke ass mentality to rub off on me, because being broke is a mentality that turns into a lifestyle. And I don't want a broke ass mentality, because I don't want to have a broke ass life. And so if you're a broke ass, then you might have to take your broke ass away from me until you fix your broke ass mindset. And some people think, it's about being rich. It ain't even about being rich. It's about being able to maintain. It's about being able to go to a picnic. It's about being able to go and have a nice dinner every now and then. It's about being able to say, hey, let's go and put in on an Airbnb. All right, cool. Let's go on a vacation. It's about being able to pay your rent. It's about being able to pay your bills. It's about being able to put gas in your car. No one is saying that you have to just have, millions and millions of dollars. But when you get to a certain age, certain things just need to be non-negotiable. They should just work like clockwork. And if you don't have the money, you should be doing the things that you need to do to get it. I never understand a person that is completely broke but then won't go hustle and work. So if you're always finding yourself broke, you're the problem, because number one, you're lazy. Number two, you're a procrastinator. Number three, you play the blame game. And number four, you're full of shit. And that mindset is something crazy. That broke ass mindset is something crazy. I remember this guy, he was about 37 at the time, and I wanted to teach him, hey, let me teach you how to drive. 35, 36, 37, didn't even have no driver's license. I said, hey, well, let me teach you how to drive. No. Well, why not? Well, I don't want to learn how to drive. I'm good. Why you don't want to learn how to drive? Well, because I don't want to get behind a car and drive. Well, no. Well, here's the thing. Well, you can't be no friend of me, because every time we hang out, I'm having to drive. So sometimes I need you to know how to drive, because I want to drink. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I want to drink. Sometimes if I don't always want to be the designated driver. You sitting your broke ass in the front seat. I'm paying for drinks, driving, gas, and I can't even drink. What is this? And some people don't even recognize that. And I want to say, well, listen, you learn how to drive just isn't for you. It's slightly for me too, because this is feeling very one-sided, and I can't have fun like this, because now I'm picking you up, putting gas in my car to pick you up, and you paying for your drinks. You drunk as hell. I just took you out and made you have a fantastic date. You went and got a ride in a nice luxury car. You done got your drinks paid for. You're drunk as shit. And then you finna go home and do absolutely nothing. And I done spent about $100, $200, $300 just picking you up, taking you out, riding you around, and I'm sober than a mother. And to top it all off, I'm at your house and I'm sleeping on the floor because, Shell, you don't even want to work and get to you done got so comfortable, you don't even want to work. So you got us sleeping in the freaking box of an apartment, not because you can't work or you can't go bigger, or you can't go harder, because you're choosing not to, because you're okay living the bare minimum. That's not cool. Them kind of people I had to cut off, because you're not allowed to reap the reward of me hustling, getting creative with my finances, figuring it out, and you can't do the same. So look around you. If a person is always broke, be ready to cut them off. And if you're a person that's always broke, understand that you are the problem. Staying broke is easy. It doesn't require discipline, effort, or accountability. But if you're ready to stop living in it, or stop living in that cycle, you've got to stop lying to yourself. Stop waiting for someone else to fix your life, and start showing up for yourself. Because the truth is, no one can love you, respect you more than you. And if you're waiting for me to tell you what to do next, don't. Get your broke ass up and figure it out, starting today.